Hi, welcome to the channel. How's your day been? Today I want to look at an area of law, landlord tenant relationship. In Nigeria, we have some recovery of premises laws and tenancy laws that tend to define whom a tenant is. Such provisions in the statute tend to make someone who occupies a premises without payment of rent to be a tenant. I wish to say that being on a property without payment of rent alone doesn't make someone a tenant. To be a tenant, one must have been put into possession by someone who has the consent, the authority of the landlord or the landlord himself. We've seen occasions where someone will come to court and claims to be a tenant so as to enjoy all the rights that are given to tenants. But the question you should ask yourself is whether that person is on the premises with the consent of the landlord, or whether the person that puts that person into possession has the consent of the landlord. In some recent tenancy statutes in Nigeria, express consent of the landlord is made mandatory to qualify one to be a subtenant. For instance, in the Tenancy Law of Lagos State 2011, Section 47 defines a tenant to include subtenants, and to be a subtenant, the written consent of the landlord is required. So, it is not enough for one to say that he occupies premises and even though he doesn't pay rent, that he's a tenant. Consent of the landlord is required. This is because there are some rights that are enjoyed by the tenants, such as statutory notices, that are not enjoyed by a mere squatter or a mere occupier. So it's important to differentiate between a tenant and a squatter, a mere occupier, a licensee. In our subsequent video, we will make out and show the rights of a tenant that are not enjoyed by a licensee, for instance, and a squatter. So it's important to note that even though we have some statutes that make someone who occupies premises without payment of rent to be a tenant, it's also important for us to note that occupying the premises should be with the direct consent of the landlord, or the landlord must have authorized that other person to sublet or to put a third party in possession. Thank you so much for watching.